Start recording. Okay. Diana versus Fiddle. Okay, full clear down because top is Scion versus Mordekaiser. Makes sense. There's nothing you can really do in that lane early. Moves into Gromp is good. Nice. After this, you already, when you get this crab, you already like won. There's no need to fight. You can just either base immediately or go to top crab. In this case, since you have um looks like he has inner track, so he'll be there first. So I think you'll and you see your top laner just died. So in this case, you should just insta base. Um, Top's dead. No smoke. Okay, no, you see him go back to bot. That works now. Okay, never mind. This is good. He goes back bot. You get double crab. Looks like he went through Fog of War. We didn't see him. Insta base. Go to Krugs. Full clear back down. Looks like both jungles full clear down. So what does that mean? That means when you're on Raptors, he's probably on his Wolves. When you're on your Wolves, he's probably on his Raptors. And when you're on your Gromp, he's probably on his Krugs, which is what you're pinging. So that's good. You were just dancing. We can't really start dragging or anything because again we know he's bot side as well. Looks like you want to pull dragon. I don't think this is good, nor you can. Anytime you want to pull objective, it should be off of like a very clear advantage. Um, the easiest advantage and the biggest advantage is a number advantage. So for example, if they're FiddleSticks was topside for some reason, or let's say you got a kill on their mid laner, you got a kill on their AD carry, so it'd be a 4v5, 3v4, 3v4. Or if you have like a huge advantage, like you have level 6 right now, well he's still level 5. Or your AD carry is way stronger, but there is no clear advantage right now. You guys are even items basically, even levels, mids even items. You know, two long swords, amp tone, whatever. If anything, your AD carry is actually weaker. Level 4, level 5, BF sword to call and long sword. So if anything, you don't have an advantage here. You're actually weaker, and their jungle and you know their jungle's here. Like he's not, maybe he hasn't shown, but you know he's bot side. So I don't think this is good to pull at all. I think it's better to just recall, um, go to red buff because this is about to be a 4v4. But since there's no clear advantage, I call it a complete coin flip, right? If you play better, you guys win. If they play better, they win. It has and ends up being a 2 for 2, and you get your flash burn. So kind of exactly what I said, right? Anytime you pull an objective, it should be off a clear advantage. Does this make sense? And there is no advantage here. Yes, no? Oh wait, let me see open the chat. Okay, I'm just going to assume you're here. But all good. Okay. And now because of that, you end up losing dragon because now FiddleSticks is like, oh, their jungle is dead. They have no smite. So I think this is pretty bad. Here, if you see FiddleSticks keeps fighting, right? Which, if you look at the map, he is fighting Vel'Koz. I just go straight to his blue. Take his blue. Take his Gromp. Again, all you should know that all your camps, since you both clear down, all your camps are synced. When your red spawns, his blue spawns. When your correct spawn, his Gromp spawns. When your Raptor spawn, his Wolf spawn, right? So if all three of these camps are up right now, which you know there are, then you know all three of these camps are up, and you see FiddleSticks still bot side fighting, and you know he has to base because he hasn't based yet, right? So you could run straight to his top side, and he won't be there. He'll be late, and you could probably take two of his camps. Probably take his blue and his Gromp. Because even right now, FiddleSticks is still fighting. Like, you still see FiddleSticks on vision right now. So I think you could have skipped your red, skipped your Krugs, and taken his blue and his Gromp by now, right? And then got a pretty big camp lead. Taking 2 or 3 camps from someone isn't 2 or 3 camps. It's 4 to 6 camps. Because every time you take 1 camp from someone, it counts as 2 camps, right? Because it's one plus 1 for you, minus 1 for them. So I think this is 2 mistakes in a row. You should never pull the dragon fight, A. And the second mistake is then you should just invade his top side, B. Recall, get Sheen, runs it back to top side. Yeah, and then he got grubs and dragon this game. So I think this guy getting both objectives is pretty sad and pretty unnecessary too. Nice mechanics on the skill. I think he plays this gank well. QE, EO. That was mechanically that was perfect. That was perfect. I think here you should not be defaulting to your top side here. Like two couple things. A, you're gonna mid prio because your mid's ready to respawn, their mid's dead. So you have mid prio now. A. B, you have bot prio. There's 80 carries dead. And you see the Seraphim basing. So you have bot prio and bot prio. C, you know the jungle's topside. You know jungle's topside because you heard the grubs have been slain, right? So all three of these things indicate anything you want to do bot side is free. If Raptors are up, they're yours. If Red's up, they're yours. If Krugs are up, they're yours. Any of these camps are up, you can take them for free, right? I'm not saying all these camps are 100% up, but there's a very easy way to check. You could stand here and just queue over the wall, see if Raptors are up. If they're down, all right, no problem. If they're up, then go take them. But I think there's no reason not to check, right? It's kind of Jungle 101. Anytime a jungle to swing on one side of the map, the other side is free. Like, for example, he did Dragon, so his top camps are free. In this case, he did Grubs. His bot camps, if they're up, are free. Um, so anytime, that's why jungle is all, it's like the art of trading, or just the art of playing opposite side of the opponent. Yeah, yeah, well, but that's why I say it's really not hard. Like all it takes is a little Q over the wall check. I'm not saying to run all the way to his Krugs, you know? I'm just saying he's right here. It takes 1 second to literally just Q over the wall and check if it's there. You know, if it's like he's here right now and he has to walk all the way here, that's a different story. That might not be worth the time to check, right? Mm. Oh, and also what I doubt, I don't think it's like mathematically possible that he um did his entire bot side because like we see him right now, right? So we see him right now. Go to his Raptors right now. Let's say each camp takes 12 seconds to do, and then 8 seconds of recalling, then 20 seconds of. I mean, you don't have to open his mic. You could just type. I'm more want the person who's actually VOD watching to open their mic. Um, for him to do all three of these camps and base, and then he had to start grubs on spawn for them to be gone, right? If because he by the time they spawn, they all three die. So he had to have been on them for a while. So I have a really good idea that he skipped his Krugs and did Raptors red, then base, and then went to Grubs. But anyways, go back to our full clear top wave. Looks good to me. I think when you have your item, you should instabase. I don't know the exact money. I have a feeling I don't. Dawn is either 550 or 850. I forget which one. We'll know in a second, but I'm 90% sure you have it after the stop wave. So after the stop wave, you just instabase. It's not worth running all the way from red to Raptors, especially with home guards in the game. You just base and then you just run from base to Raptors. It's just as fast, if not faster. Plus, you have your better item. We'll know how much it costs in a second. I'm just gonna skip 420s in base. It's only 300. Yeah, that's what I thought too. So when you have your item, you should just insta base here. So you get thing and insta base. Because the reason why is because let's say you're going Raptors, Wolves, Gromp, into Dragon. There's a bot fight or a mid fight. With this much money, 1,000 gold, no item, you don't want to fight now. Like for example, there's a mid fight happening right now. You don't want to go to the fight. You just you're like, oh, I'm not strong yet on my item. But if you base and then go to Raptors and there's mid fight, now you'll happily go to the mid fight and help out your Valkaz, kill Nefiri, blah blah blah. But when you stay in the map with this much money, you just can't really do anything, you know? Like right now, the Fury got a solo kill mid. FiddleSticks is ganking bot. If we have item, we're happy to go either. Happy to go bot, happy to go mid. But with no item, if I'm you, I don't want to fight, you know? Uh, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, I guess you will fight, which is, I mean, obviously it's good to fight here when they're this slow, but get the idea. No one really is excited to take, 3v1s while sitting on a full item in their inventory, right? I think this worked out because you played this mechanically perfectly. Which is a good thing, obviously. And they're obviously incredibly low. But I'll put it this way: if you had a full item, let's say you had Dawn here, you'd still be here on time. You'd still be here, and maybe you wouldn't have to um flash. You know, maybe you could just kill him normally with just yield. But either way, played mechanically perfectly. Good job. Good item. Full clear down towards dragon. QE kills. Good job. Nice ult. Nice Q. Don't even hit the dragon. Just hit him. Yeah. Don't even 50-50. Yeah, I think you hit the dragon too much here. I think you did hit the you don't hit the dragon at all. Here you don't even need Q, just E. Like here, I know it's 2 seconds. You're like, oh, it's only 2 seconds. Just E immediately. Like you're at level 10, you have double buffs, you have full item. Like you're really strong. You kill this guy with just autos and W. And then obviously when you're Eing on him, then your Q's gonna guarantee land because you're obviously in his face. The Q's unmissable, right? But here all you do is Lisa Dragon. You brought it from 3.2 to 2.4. You actually no to 2K. You actually just did 1400 damage to it. So I think you just gave him the dragon. He has better smite than you too, like execute, because he has W smite. So I think in this case you should completely just eon him instantly. You'd kill FiddleSticks before dragon dies. You'd kill Fiddle, then you get dragon. Then you'd probably die to Vayne, but at least you get it's 3 for 1. You got 3 kills plus a dragon. I think that's completely worth the death. But in this case, it's 2 for 1 plus dragon plus you lose dragon. So I think this is actually better for the enemy team. So um, that's the third mistake of the game. And it sucks because if you get, the gold actually would give you perfect roof maker. So it's another. Oh, maybe you get the assist gold here actually. Looks like you'll get the assist gold anyways. So okay, you got lucked out. You got roof maker. But yeah, third mistake this game. Clear up. Play for Herald. Take his blue. Would you use your Eon? See. Oh, you missed. That sucks. I'm going to assume you were trying to queue him, not the wolf. And I mean, you just missed. It happens. I think you actually had a really good position here. I think you should just keep hiding. Did they see you walk here? No, they didn't. I think you just keep hiding. I think you're actually in a really amazing position where if they I think to be safe here while you're walking, you can place a ward in this bush, and then it should become really obvious from their body language if they know you're here or not. Um, in worst case scenario, you always have a blast bullet to escape. Um, because I think if you actually just let them start Herald, um, and you're in this position, this is like a game-winning situation. Like they're 2-3 on Herald, you go from behind, you get like a 3 or 4 man ult. I think it could be like really, really insane. So I think just patience here. I think you saw Fiddlesticks walking like this, and you assumed, oh, they know. But I don't think they 100% knew. I think if they so just patience, I'd say. Yeah, he would not walk back to Herald if they knew. So that sucks. 1 for 1, which isn't the worst, but you have to flash, and I think flashes are really, obviously your flash is a really big CD. I think second time this game, I think when you're this fed as Diana, you can break a lot of the rules, and a lot of times Diana you always want to QE. When you're this fed, and also they're half HP, this guy dies to just E damage, W damage, ult damage, maybe one auto, maybe two autos, right? Or at the very least, you could do this guy E brings him from here to here, W brings him to here, ult brings him to here. This last damage is like this guy just the EWRQ, don't even have to auto. Obviously, one auto on top guarantees it, and you'll just E, and then when you're inside his body, you ult Q, it's unmissable because the ult knocks him up. Then when he's knocked up, you'll Q, and then the Q is unmissable. So I think you just don't even Q, just ERQ or sorry ERW, um, and it's guaranteed. But in this case, as you see how he lived, the extra time it takes to Q makes it so he gets to run away, and you don't get on him, and then he doesn't die. And it's a pretty big deal because you're the strongest guy in your team, meaning the only fights your team will win is fights you're a part of. And right now you have two options: go mid or go bot. Here you decide to go bot, so this has to work. Because if this doesn't work, then I could just look at you and say, "Oh, imagine if you went mid here. Maybe instead of your Nara and Sion dying, if you're there, maybe you can save them. I don't know. Not saying it's guaranteed, but you're pretty strong, so I think you have a lot of power to where you go. I can't even tell you realistically if the mid fight looks good or not because you haven't looked once yet. But I would say if Seraphine and Vayne are half HP right now, then your E ult could make a big difference mid. I don't know. So it's just really important that when you use your timers, that they actually turn into something when you're this strong. Say you have you could definitely work on your map awareness a bit. You could have it be F-ing more, look at the minimap more, clicking on the minimap, whatever way you want to do it. Just panning your camera. I think you definitely need to look at be more aware of what's going on in the map. Watch me watch this again. W Q. You missed your Q. I mean, it just really sucks. This fight's definitely losing no matter what, though. The only question is if we can get like an extra kill or two. Like obviously an extra Neferi kill, and that's not as bad, but it's still bad. But I think this point in the game is just your team's too behind. You can't really team fight. Um, need to give some time to scale. Velka some time to scale. This is definitely Operation Give Dragon, and just don't even hit mid. Just go hit top. Krugs, enemy Gromp, top wave, hit some top tower plates, and check enemy wolves or up, stuff like that. This isn't solo or anything either at this point in the game, so I think you really need to have like 2-3 item Yunara, 2-3 item Vel'Koz, and then maybe then you can scale into the game. I also think at this point in the game, you're so strong that I think you could actively look to get picks on side lane. You tried it before, but I think anytime the Fury is pushing on side lane, she can die. If Mordekaiser's pushing on side lane, Loki, I think that no, okay, actually that guy completely fucks you. But if someone could, whoever's in side lane can take like half his HP off, then you can finish him off from half. But I think there's no way you guys are team fighting right now with how your behind your team is, or at the very least have a team fight. That wasn't even a team fight. That was 45, right? So I wasn't even there. But I think at this point, the fact that this game goes to 40 minutes is insane. Because in my head, this game's pretty over. I assume you guys start getting crazy picks or something to come back. Just hit the thing. I mean, I don't know if you're not trying to show yourself, but just hit this. There's no reason to be face checking stuff right now. Too high risk. Yeah, and that's in the end. Like, I think even early mid game, like, because you had a lead, I think you just need to. Your timers are really important. I think your mechanics are good. I think you're usually on the wrong side of the map, or I don't know, just kind of doing random stuff, you know. Kind of a good example. A lot of it's like discipline based off where you have to be on the map. Like, I think you have to be. There's an early game, like example, like earlier when you had Dawn and you just weren't basing with Dawn. Like, anytime you have your item, you shouldn't base. There's an objective up, you should be there early, or if you're not going to fight it, you should be giving it trading faster. Like, you always have to get something out of the map. So if they get dragon, it's fine. You better take his entire top side. All right. If they're getting top, all right, then you better get, or they're getting grubs, then you better either be ganking bot or getting his bot side. But you kind of just like the enemy's doing stuff, and you're not trading. You're just doing your own thing, right? So League is always like a give and take. Okay, nice. I lost dragon. I take top side. All right, he ganks top. All right, I'll gank bot then. But you're kind of just always defaulting to full clearing, which isn't bad. Full clearing is never going to be bad, but you need to get more when the game is like losing like this. You need to get more than just your own camps. You got to get either a playoff or enemy camps off or something. But obviously this is really good. The enemy team got caught. Main got caught. You kill the Fury. You get free Baron. Obviously amazing. Kill Mordekaiser. Remind this is the fucking most OP tankiest guy in the entire game. When I see that, I'm definitely thinking to myself, okay, time to build some more magic resist. I mean, magic pen, right? Mercs, Spectral's Cowl. Fuck, this guy's annoying. Should be probably last year, yeah, Void. If you want to go Bloodletters, you could too, just because you have Vel'Koz and Nico on your team. And obviously Bloodletters, it kind of fits the vibe of like Dawn Riftmaker, like these like bruiser type items. When the guy says mic works finally, but then doesn't say it on his mic, he types it, so I don't believe him.
Yeah,
Oh, there you
it
go.
finally worked. That's
Okay,
right.
you're good. But everything I say makes sense, like the trading stuff and just being on the map faster. Because a lot of times you're just not really you're just clearing your camps early game when Early game is the jungler's strength. That's where we want to be like forcing ganks, forcing objectives, or doing influencing the map, right? Counter jungling.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, base for item. 6 items now. Group with our team. EW. Nice. Yeah, when you're this fed, you can really be EWing way more. You rarely have to queue. Obviously Q is nice, but it's not always needed. Spam W, spam W. Nice, good job. Not sure if you have to flash here. I like the idea. I think right now, let me see. Walk. Yeah, that's fine. Flash is good. Good job. Go play. We'll shot towers.
And we lose here.
Yeah, I mean it's Mordekaiser. It's really hard nowadays to end without like Baron or without like all 5 people being dead. And in this case, they're always only 4 people are dead. I don't really blame you guys for going for this though. It's just really hard.
If yeah, but in this game, I feel like I couldn't carry even if I'm overfed, and I
Well,
feel I was lost in the map at some point.
yeah, I mean that's just how it goes when it goes late game. Late game, everyone's fed because people will just start being full build, right? It's junglers really want to close out the games early game. Again, that's where we have most control. That's where I think snowballing becomes way more important, which is basically everything I talked about, right? Trading faster, the objectives, um, ganking important lanes. Like early game, like a jungler's dream is to never go late game. Uh, you know, and the only way to avoid that is to have you have the early soul, just like spam gank a lane. So if you have a 10 Yunara, it's hard to go late game because she's so fed, right? Like it's just snowballing in every way. But I think in the early game you kind of just full cleared a lot. And again, every time when you like I have a big item, the idea is you have a big item. That big item allows you to win fights you normally wouldn't win, like 2v1s or 2v3s. But the longer you don't buy the item, the longer you can't take aggressive fights. Again, the longer you can't take aggressive fights, the slower you're snowballing. It's all connected.
Yeah, but like this game, I feel that I could have carried it, even if my teammates were a bit
Mm,
special.
We'll see. I think going bot when Baron's up is pretty troll. Either no one's going bot or it's Scion. It's the last person. You're literally the last person. Anyone is better than you because you're the jungler. You have smite. At the very least, you can always at least try to 50-50 the Baron. Um, and also you're also the best engage on your team. Like you're the guy with Diana ult who can get like a 4 or 5 man ult in the pit, right? So I think also this your tower's not even close to dying. Look, your tower's full HP. So I don't know why you went bot. If it was like you're really close to an item or level 18, sure, but your 6 items level 18. This wave literally gave you nothing. So I think this is like super troll from you.
Yeah,
Um, because you're actually now that you're 6 items, your QEW does smite does like 2,000 damage. Like you can definitely 50-50 it over the wall, right? You could just, but it's fine. One shot Vayne. Don't just don't overchase. You should already be happy when you got this. You'd be like, nice, this is really good because their Baron's basically gone. Like Baron's, and I say that because they still have it, but like this guy's dead for a full 60 seconds, right? So that means 60 seconds I can't siege your base, right? And then in 60 seconds, once he respawns, they walk up mid. By then their Baron's already over halfway gone, right? So and by then their Elder is going to be completely gone. So I think you should already you should be happy with taking small wins. Like this is already actually this is a big win, but even if we call it small, you get the idea. Like be happy with just small wins, big wins. Like you don't need more, 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 more. Like you should already be super happy. Nice. Their Baron is half their Baron is gone because I killed Vayne. By the time she respawns, all 5 of their Elders are gonna be gone. Perfect, you know.
yeah,
Cause here, imagine you're here when they go for this, right? Like you're not dead, and he dives towers. You're gonna kill Fiddlesticks and save your Nico here, right? But and again, because your life is so important because you're the strongest guy. When you die, it's a lot more than just a normal death. It's like, oh shit, we just lose because we have Diana's dead and she's our only strong guy. You know?
yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do versus that guy. You need a different build if you want to fight that guy. You need instead of like Shadow Flame Void, you need like Bloodletters and like Leandries, and then maybe you can duel Mordekaiser. ICW. Yeah, it feels like getting some good ults. That's hard. He's just getting some good angles. AW. I would always EW on that guy too. It's the van. It's rough. Rough fight.
And then we lose the game, I think.
Yeah, they have
It's
they have they have
pretty obvious here.
they have Elder now. It's hard, really hard. Yeah, I don't know. I think your mechanics are actually really good. I think your mechanics is your best attribute for sure. I think it's just decision making in the game. I think you have to use your lead more, right? I think this dragon was. Do you remember? Does it make sense why this dragon's bad?
Yeah,
Okay, because it's completely 50-50, and obviously that was a bad start to the game, so he gets free dragon. Then do you agree that you should take his entire top side here? There's literally no reason why you can't, right? Um, so I don't know, I think you could have stumbled harder. You don't lose first dragon. You get his entire top side, and then you'd have Dawn's 300 gold. So if you took his entire top side, you'd have Dawn right now, right? And now I want you to imagine you're on map with 8 minutes with 9 minute Dawn, right? You could do whatever the fuck you want. You could go gank mid, go gank bot, go fight grubs. Like you're just God, right? You're just so fed early. Um,
yeah,
but again, when you're just not. And then here again, you should be basing now. And then look, they're balling. Vayne and Seraphine are immobile. So I guess Vayne has a Q, but like her Q is not like an Ezreal E. It's very small dash, right? So if they're and Seraphine's immobile, so they have two mobile champions basically under bot tower versus Nico ult and Diana ult. I would love it if you base here and then just ran straight bot, kill these guys, and then you could clear upwards, right? But the longer you stay on map without Dawn, without your item, the longer you can't fight. And now, boom, your Balin dies to FiddleSticks gank. I want you to imagine you're here right now, right? Your Nico doesn't die. Yunara doesn't die. Yes, you did a good job cleaning it up, but the damage has already been done. Like your Yunara is behind.
yeah,
The Vayne's already fed. Because they yes you got gold here, but the enemy team got gold too, right? So that's what I mean by I think you could snowball way harder early game. You wouldn't lose the early grubs this game. You wouldn't have lost the first dragon. Right? Well, Bali wouldn't be so far behind. All these things are correlated. Does that make sense? That's why I think late game, it's anyone's game. I don't think you should really focus on, damn, how could I have carried late game fights better? Because late game, when everyone's 4 5 items, anyone could carry. But early game only some people can carry, and I think in this game you had the ability to carry the early game, and you just lost it. Like this one again, there's no excuse to lose this dragon. You literally just leashed it for him, right? You just eat him and kill him
yeah,
for free. So I think all these, I think we're 12 minutes in the game right now. I think you could have prevented the first dragon or not prevented. You could have get first dragon. You got a big. You could have traded the first dragon. You could have fought the first grubs, and then you'd get the second dragon, and then you'd be even game, like one dragon to one dragon, and you'd have two or three grubs. But now you're down all three objectives, down three grubs, down two dragons, and you know that's obviously bad for obvious reasons. That's what I really care about the most in the early game.
yeah.
Any
Okay.
questions? Anything I didn't talk about you want to talk about?